Hi, welcome to a little update video on the Conestoga. I've decided to find a wrapper just to kind of get around our silage situation while everything's growing. Did get all fields planted. I've now mowed this little meadow as well to play with a wrapper, get some silage and hopefully TMR. But everything's planted in pretty much different crops apart from these two, which is corn, so we're going to fill the BJ when that kicks off. Ah no, I've stuck a load of canola down because it's low yield, isn't it? Never know, I might get some good money off it. And obviously there's great demand, will pop up eventually. But using the soil mod, we don't know when it's going to be. But yeah, the wrapper. That was fun. Trying to find a wrapper that actually does silage straight off the bat without having to fiddle about with it. Yeah, not happening. Not for square ones anyway. But I settled on the McHale. It is a nice wrapper. It's not an AO texture, but it still looks cool. The animation's wicked on it. I like that how it throws the bale around, that is cool. But yeah, didn't make the bales into silage. It was quite happy wrapping straw bales and hay bales, but not actually grass bales. Or did this may have actually done grass bales. Either way, it just wrapped them and left them as they were. It's quite an easy fix though, if you get the baler. It is on the mod list now. Baler, wrapper. When this wrapper picks up a bale, the bale off the baler is changed into a bale from the wrapper. The bales have an I3D file actually in the wrapper's zip folder. All you have to do is open up that, well, the easiest way to do it is unzip the file, find the bales, open them up and change the fill type. Because the fill type's not mentioned, or doesn't affect the script. It is mentioned in the XML, but again, it hasn't bothered it. I've changed it to silage and the bales come out of silage. Happy days. So yeah, open up the bale i3D file, find the fill type in user attributes, change it to silage, job done. Whatever bale you pick up then, well, I think the standard ones are actually grass and hay, and they will both be changed to silage then, unless you start messing around with it. But yeah, quick fix. Job done. Obviously, me playing MR though, noticed a few problems with it. That was fun. Bale trailer as well. I don't know if I mentioned the bale trailer. Got that working. That was a struggle. It wasn't recognised. I figured out why it wasn't working on Holbrook as well. Same thing. It's to do with the way the bale trailer looks for the bales. An MR bale trailer was only looking for non-MR bales. Great fun. Not. But yeah, this little beastie. Was going to do this video a couple of hours ago, but if I put on F5, can't see it now, because I obviously got rid of it. We jump out. That little box there, straight in front of us, tucked underneath the frame, that is the floor collision. That's a new one. The original one was just a pipe, straight down, and wasn't attached to the leg. So when you was driving around, this whole thing was bouncing around all over the place because the collision was permanently on the floor. Not good. Not good at all. So it is now tucked up. Everyone's a winner. And see, it jumps down when you disconnect. Also, had a problem with the joint. It's not been MR'd properly. Usual situation. Whoever's done it has done a good job. They've done all the bales, most of it. They just missed a couple of bits. What seems to be the main issue when people MR things is they either can't or don't alter the 3-point. It's very important that you do. This particular 3-point was, you've seen the bridges the Range Rover was taking off on around this map? Well, they didn't have any movement in the 3-point. There's not really supposed to be, but there needs to be for the sake of the game. So when this tractor went over, the whole thing became a solid piece basically. The rear wheels had lift off. The whole thing had bottom out on the top of the bridge. It was not good. So anyway, quick fix with that one. Finished the MR ring. It now works. And we have flex in there, so it responds like a trailer. Quick drink of tea. Lovely. Yeah, we're getting there. Progress. But I've also done a lot of fiddling about with the baler. The standard baler from the MR pack doesn't do grass bales. Not good. Well, not in the sake of realism anyway, because you don't bale hay for silage, you bale hay for haylage. But this game doesn't use haylage, it only uses silage. So it is possible to do that, but it's more messing around, I'm not too worried about. Anyway, it now bales grass. I've just changed the textures, resaved, so our grass bales are a darker colour with orange banding. So we can tell them apart from our hay bales. Yeah, does good. The bale trailer itself has been fiddled with, that now works, picks up all these guys. We need to start this. Yeah, I'll close that. There, let's grab ourselves a nice grass bale. The orange banding, boom, in she goes. Check this out. This is awesome. So whoever originally made this mod spent so long getting the animations right. Because looking in the XML, the damn thing is huge just for the animations. Every little node and piece and part all synced up perfectly. Just can't knock them for that. The time and effort spent doing that was fantastic. No AO texture, nah, not too worried, minor problem. Nice textures on the belting though. It's a shame. Something just flicked it then. Oh well. It's like going into the field. Can we fold it up like that? No. Should have known better. But yeah, as you see, it actually flexes around now. Lots better. Unload, I believe, is O. Yes, there we go. Now, there is actually no way of knowing what the bale is without throwing it into a mixer wagon, which tells you bales are saved in the vehicle XML. Nothing pops up there apart from what the bale's file name is. So, yeah. To test it, you need a full operation. I've got in the save games, edited version of Hagenstad, edited. In my save games list, I've got Hagenstad and this one. The Hagenstad one, I've spent 2 hours on there, just setting it all up and testing it around the map to get to where it is now. Obviously, came in here just about to do the video, set these guys to come over here to the BGA, and discovered that one, oh dear, got hiccups. Got here really fast. This one taking a long time. Jumped in cab to watch it and then found out about the collision issue. And after that found out about the joint issue. So yeah, it's been a bit of a process. But we've got there in the end. Quite a few bales to get wrapped. So that is a hay bale. Spotted the difference? Very different colours. Now I have set the wrapper up to not wrap anything other than grass, so we should get an error message if we try and pick up that hay bale. Should. Off he goes, but we'll try and pick it up just to see what it does. Oh, 2 hay bales. There we go, this bale is not supported. Perfect. So at least I know if I wrap my bales now, they are silage. So I've pretty much got the textures bang on, so you can't really tell. And the bales are exactly the same model. But if you watch closely, you may just see a slight flicker when it picks it up. So I didn't spot it, if you guys did, epic. But yeah, I think I've done a good job with that. I'm quite happy. Oh, but to chuck it out. Yeah, another one down. I'm going to get quite a lot of silage off this. I'm not sure how much silage bales sell for. I don't think it's that much. Oh well. And I've tested them with the trailer. The last time I tested it, it did work. Whether it still works or not, not sure. But yeah, so probably As I've explained, I put silage in there. I should probably explain how I've done the collision. I didn't need to change the collision. I just did because the smaller one's easier to work with. Obviously, there's no boxes above it though, so it will float around there quite happily without interfering with anything. So it's not going to cause a problem if you don't change the collision. How did I do it now? What did it need? It needs a section adding to the XML file of the wrapper called moving tools. And then another section adding, well basically it needs tying into the move support animations. It's all in components. The original collision is written in components, I think it's number 3, or the third one there. And the best thing to do is to have a look at another trailer which works. Any of the in-game ones will have all this information in the XML. And you're looking for the moving tool section, which highlights, it's the node that attaches the collision to the rest of the body. You have to have a look around for the ID numbers, but you basically need it unzipping. You need to have the i3D open and the XML open in Notepad. It's a bit of faffing about, but it's worth doing, because obviously it's a pain in the ass when it's bouncing around. Right, yeah, get everything opened up, ready to go, and then the first one you need to look for is, what's it called now? Component Joint Index. I think that's the one, and it'll basically look at a transform group, and it's built into the actual leg itself. I cut it out and then repasted it, not into the leg, but into the same parent as the leg, so it doesn't move with the leg. It's a separate object now, but it's still positioned alongside of the collision. Now it's going to have its ID changed as soon as you move it, so you need to note that new ID down and put that into the component joint index. Yeah, this is going to be a long-winded one. And from there it's now tied, the collision is now tied to a different node. Now you need to make that node do stuff. Now if you look around in the XML, you'll find a support animation. It'll be inside the animation block. Now you need to add another line to that. Instead of having it rotate, I've now got it translated. It just moves up and down. Obviously, without having developer mode on, you can never see it. It's there, but you don't know it's there. Can leave that off, I suppose. Have we got lights on now? Yeah, there we go. Turn that off again. That's got it right. Oh, cool. Side lights. I think it does have indicators as well. Select the chunk. Yep. Never tested the lights. Cool. Right, where were we? Right, we've now got the collision attached to a new node. We need to make that node move. Inside the animation block, you need to write a new line out and put in the ID number of the transform group which the collision is now attached to. I believe inside the i3D you get your 0, 1, 2, 3, that's how your components are numbered. I think it's in 1, which is the second one down in the list. So after you've got the animation done, now every time you operate support, it's a basic in-game script. When you detach, that support will do something. As long as it's in that section, it will react when you attach and detach. And then, to move a collision around, it needs to also be a moving tool. This is my understanding of it. I may be wrong, I may be right. As it is at the minute, it works, so I'm presuming I'm right. Now the moving tool section needs to have the same ID as that transform group which the collision is attached to. And obviously you need to work out the translation start and end. I can't remember which way around they are now. You need to have a look at the actual support leg itself, see which one it starts with, and which one it ends with. I think inside the i3D the support leg is down. I'm sure it's second, I can't think. No, you need to compare on that one, I'm afraid. But yeah, inside the i3D it's down, obviously now it's up. So you need to see what the rotation's at and compare that to its own support animation. And then just use those details to figure out the start and end. So obviously the start animation, or say if that's the start position there, the leg's at 90 degrees and the collision is higher than it will be as soon as you detach. Once you detach, so the leg comes down and that drops. That's the second one. Oh, losing it. It's because it's unfolded. The pin's all the way over to the left. There's nothing on the right hand side to hold it up. As I could have made it stick out a bit to the right, but it kind of defeats the object of it, because when you fold it up it's in the middle, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, from there you should have a working, usable footrest. What's it called? Foot collision. Support collision. Support leg. Yep, support collision. You'll have a working support collision. I'm not very good at explaining it, but that's the general gist. The best option is just to compare it to a working trailer. All the vanilla ones have support collisions on the support legs and whatnot. So compare it to that and eventually you manage to get there. This is how my modding videos never come out that bad. They're a little bit more rehearsed. This is straight off the bat. Winging it a bit, so to speak. It's not really quite such a small mod update, this one. It's wrapping's a slow process, but we get there. But I was really impressed on how easy it was to get these bales to silage, because a lot of them don't use this method. You have to play with the scripts, which is a little more complicated. This was a nice easy fix, quick way of getting silage bales. And obviously on a map like this with soil mod, all our grass is baled as hay. We don't have any silage available. Well, this is going to be a nice easy way of getting some. All this grass that I missed I should have probably picked up. There's maybe another bale there. But we're not going to need it. We're getting plenty of these. Go get that one over there, spinning around a bit. And drag him back over here. Look at the angle, it's on perfect. Because you're not meant to turn them that way. There's no support on that far right side. Just fold it up. You see now the point is near enough in the middle. It's happy. It'll turn easily to the right. As soon as you unfold it again, not so much. So reminds me of the Heston Bale Chaser. It's that way similar to this. If you try to turn to the right, it's not a happy trailer. Obviously the game, not so much of a problem. In real life, you're going to eat a lot of ground. Can't imagine those little tines there are going to be very happy about chewing soil up. In the interest of keeping the trailer happy, we'll turn to the left. I'm not entirely sure who MR'd this trailer. I've got it off the team boss. It was one of the OEB collection. Obviously not doing silage bales, it was just put in storage. I've got my paws on it, finished it off really. And that is, I believe, all done. There's only those 2 hay bales that we can't do anything with. Sounds a good one. You don't need to go back. You're happy you live here. Anything to do with grass is staying over at the BGA. Should really get a shed up here. We'll have to look into that. Find a placeable shed. Yeah, job's a good one. Send you home. We'll go pick up our bales. Hopefully. 1, 2, 3. Let the fun begin. Normal bales. Back. Tipped out the back. Yep. Be nice. There we go. Pick up the hay bales too. Simple edits. In the end, just took hours to figure out. With that wrapper, I was in the scripts thinking it was all in the scripts. Spent all last night trying to figure out what I need to change. Working on little lines of code. Ready to put them in again today after work. And just decided to go a completely different route. Found out it worked. Very happy about it, but still. Oh, with the silage bales as well, I don't think it makes too much of a difference with normal, but when you're using MR, nothing will pick these bales up. Great, drive into a tree. Yeah, nothing will pick the bales up because they're too damn heavy. So you also have to add it. Oh, I can't think where it goes now. It's in the wrapper. Has to be in the wrapper. It's a new bale. Yeah, it goes into the wrapper. It's a real capacity multiplier. No, that's a lie. It went into the baler. The wrapper itself just carries on whatever the baler's done. Whatever volume is the bale is from the baler, it just changes it. Well, but it just basically wrapped it originally. Where's that going? That's going to the shop, so we need to go this way. What's coming? Good, good. So yeah, you need to add a real capacity multiplier to the baler you're using. I think it's 0.6 fruit type of grass windrow. And then your vehicles can basically lift the bales. I think then these particular ones are coming in at 12,000 litres. Dropped it down to 6, give or take. And for testing I was using the in-game, not the agrovector, is it the agrovector? I can't think now. Agrofarm, the MR version. Stuck the OEB weight on the back. Just with the 800 kilogram base it could lift a grass bale. But with the MR engine also making silage really heavy, it wouldn't lift the silage bale without adding weights to it. I think I took it up to maybe 1.2 tonne, just over a tonne, and it'd lift the silage bale then. So that works. We're going to jump this, aren't we? Yay! Thank God for locking scripts. straw bales in there. No, if you want to start this clamp there, I could use that, couldn't I? I think we'll put them in the middle, nothing else will come around here, so... Could put them side by side, couldn't I? That might be a good idea. I found out that 8 to 8 Fenty are really good at reversing a dolly too. Turning, well, the steering lock on that thing is wicked. And 8 to 8 is on the mod list. I do recommend it, it's a nice mod. I believe it is based on the competition winner, so I'm not sure exactly what the difference is, aside from the name on the side and the numbers. Maybe a very big difference, may not be at all. That means we're going to run it a little bit that way. Just get it to turn. There we go. You're out of reversing a dolly, never let it get away from you. It just went too far there. Back and straighten up and pull forwards and throw them off. And loop. Take it to about there. Unload product F6. Boom. There we go. Happy days. Right then, while we've got the fast track here, we'll grab the mixer, see if we can work out what we need to put in. Bring back the animal hub as well, so we know what's going on with them. Reverse. We'll start off with a couple of silage bales, just to get some silage in there, and then we'll go for the TMR. The good thing about the manual ignition as well, that fast track is now obviously still running, so the trailer is active. With the trailer being active, as soon as we put this bale in, it's going to chew it up. I have noticed as well, with the in-game baler, if you hit F5 again, the collisions on the bales. That rectangle through the middle is the only place you can put the tines in. All the rest is a solid collision. It's tiny. Now with these bales, obviously you've got a lot bigger space on the side to stick the tines in. But I noticed on the top, it was too small. There was too much of a gap in the middle. But they are just rectangular collisions. You go open up the i3D, duplicate and move them in a bit, it's a lot better. You see a bit of green coming through the wrap. It's not a complete wrap. Fail. So yeah, had to do a little bit of editing work there as well, but we got there. Do this in real life. I think a loading shovel's overkill for a bale. We got that one. Oh, we haven't. Can't judge distance. There we go. And you see the forks were popping out the top. They're not now because of the extra collisions. But you see the weight? It is a heavy bale. Loading shovel manages it pretty well. But this is an edit I did as well. They did do an MR version. Yeah, they have released an MR version for L150. I've just tweaked it. Just to make sure it is still working, I've not screwed it up somewhere along the line. Silage. Yay! Silage bales. Down with a bink. so annoying if I'd not got that right. So obviously, once the bales are made, any changes you make to the wrapper or the baler doesn't have an effect on them. It only has an effect on the bale that it's making at the time. Once it's departed the baler or wrapper, and the scripts leave it alone. It is what it is. As I mentioned in the vehicle XML file, there is no mention of fill type. You can't change it. Otherwise that would have been a nice little cheat. But it was not to be. There we go, filling that up nicely. I think I'll go deposit that in there, up to now 14,000. We'll hand this over to the cows. It's funny looking inside, it looks like chaff. Oh, I forgot it moves. Look at all that. Put this one in here. Gee, on a mission. Go on, Daisy. Look for something. Now we've got to try and figure out the ratio. This is why having a little, well, rather than having the straw bales, it might be a better idea not to. We'll see how we get on. I can't actually remember how much this takes full. What's 10% at 1800? So I'm at 18,000. These bales are a little, this is going to be fun. So if we get it high enough between the hay and the silage, when we put that straw bale in, it's just going to fill it up to a point. But whatever, like MR, it might overfill it. Like back in the vanilla game, if I remember right, if you got say 15,000, it only takes 18,000. Whatever you put in next would lose the remainder. If that makes sense. So it didn't matter about overfilling it, and you could sort of cheat your way up to TMR. Now with this lot, come on, being MR, I don't think it works the same sort of way. You can really see the weight in that bale, it shovels all over the place. One thing I did do with this Volvo was alter the rotation so it reaches higher and it also reaches lower. There you go, you can put a bucket on the floor now. But that height makes a big difference. Because we were using this to load the logging trailer that we did. And that's pretty high on its own. Right, what are we up to? 7. This may work actually. It may work. Backwards, 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 backwards. Fish out that renegade bale there. We get the TMR in the cows, they should just chew on the TMR and leave everything alone pretty much. I think everything else goes down really slowly when they've got TMR. You know what they like best. There we go. Extricate it from the stack. This is a good old hay bale. Right, so in theory, we're only at 54%. Wow, that hay bale was tiny. Really tiny. Okay. Gonna need a few more of them in there. I don't see a real capacity multiplier to the hay. It's obviously risk reloading shows me to take that gamble. The way they steer is obviously I use a steering wheel, so it doesn't really affect me that much, but I've noticed with people using keyboards, so I don't know if I'll do it now, but yeah, the flip back. Driving articulated with a keyboard is a nightmare. There is a mod out there that make your life a lot easier. It's called FSUK, it's called Auto Steer. Now it does throw it into every vehicle when you have it in the mods folder, but you get the option to choose whether you turn it on or off or not. But what it does is basically stops the auto return, so whenever you put it, say if you put it to there, it'll stay there until you put it back. If you turn it on and off, it will auto reset again, so you can leave it there, turn the auto steer off and it'll reset. I think the best way is probably buy a steering wheel. I think this one I'm using was only 30 quid brand new. I got it for free off a mate who upgraded to a monster. But you can't knock it for 30 quid. It's a Thrustmaster as well. I think it's the Ferrari GT Challenge. Basic little thing, but just a job. That's better. That must have been a small bale, that last one. I don't know how, I could get them out. Right then, 81%. We should be pretty safe now to throw a straw bale in there. Just save the game anyway. Hopefully the cows don't go for it too quick, because we've got no way of getting more straw. I've got to remember next harvest not to waste it. Oop, steady. Come on. Tiny, tiny gap for the collisions. Definitely do with a little more work, maybe. Well, I've never edited these bales, I may do yet. But that's going to get annoying. Right then, moment of truth. It's in, but has it completely ruined us? Perfect. Yeah, took it to 1800, so we've lost quite a lot of that straw bale. But we have TMR. And we have enough bales there to make quite a bit more if need be. Let's feed the cows. And that should take us to 110% actually, won't it? Because Waterman's on. So yeah, that went pretty well. Silage bale, hay bale, full hay bale will be helpful. Yeah, silage bale, hay bale, done. I need to double check their loading shovel as well. I'm a bit suspicious on that hitch. I'm not sure if it works or not, because I tried picking something up earlier and it didn't do it. I think it was the bale trailer. Just testing it. And this should be a high hitch. Nada. Not a thing. That's annoying. Something else that might need looking into. That is a quick fix there. Well, assuming it's got the details in it, or it might be a little bit more time consuming, but it's definitely doable. Oh, you. Yeah, yes. There's 3 over there, 2 you're here. I'll get everybody parked up. And then I'll go show you the cool fields. I do actually have another mod as well, but it's more of a cheat. So I mentioned the driving line. Well, I can go show you both issues actually. Go for a jog over here. Now the driving line, I managed to get it on the cedar, it was working fine, but I've noticed an issue with it. Because it's a 9 metre cedar, you end up with driving lines that look like this. Lots of gaps. But how cool does that look in a field? It's like looking through Google Earth. This is what you see. Awesome. And those ones over there as well. Yeah, you get gaps like that, which are annoying. It's just a bit more crop in there. I've got nothing with a lane script on it, but still, I was unhappy. So I went looking for a mod I've seen before. It's a subsoiler that is basically done to make driving lines. It's not pretty, but it does the job. There, a little subpayment. God, that gets dirty fast. Must say that, I did do 3 fields. All I've done is I've got my sprayer course blade for 20 metres. I just put that on the back of a tractor, stick it on that particular course plate and unleash it, and it gives you driving lines. It's not the right way to do it. Obviously, you should drive it yourself really. But it's just the way I play. I like course play. Unleash Crazy Pete and let him do his thing. And in the end it does get you driving lines. This just look cool. So none of the vehicles I've got have lanes in them, so they're not crop killers, so it doesn't really matter whether there's driving lanes there or not. Or tram lines. The script's called driving lines. They're actually called tram lines. You realise? There you go, cameras updated, 111. Ooh, nice. So that'll get us some nice manure. So, slurry. Slurry is more of an issue. The more slurry we get, the happier I'm going to be, because I can put that down on the meadows that aren't done yet, and hopefully get a really nice yield of grass. We can ted it up, because we've got plenty of silage bales. And from there, we can hopefully sell it and make some good profit on hay again. Right, farm. We'll drive it over. Forwards. We'll drive on. Off. It does need to run this all the way back to the BGA though. You know, this has ended up being more of a full episode than anything else. Yeah, sorry if my explanations are a bit waffled. My brain doesn't think logically half the time. I need to rehearse it pretty well to get it out in one piece, but hopefully you can decipher some of it if you decide to try out the McHale. I think it is a cool little wrapper. I like that a lot. And just changing the I3D of the bales that are inside the mod itself gets you silage, which is perfect. And you just need the baler to behave and you're good to go. The collision is more of a challenge, but it is doable. All you need to do is compare it to an existing mod that you know works. If you hit developer mode, press F5, you can see collisions moving around. I believe it's down there, isn't it? Yes. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I think it's been pretty cool. It's my first wrapping in the game, not including the Ursus kit. I can't actually remember the last time we used that. That was a while ago. I know the Ursus stuff does do silage bales. Problem is all those strips are locked up tight. Hopefully we'll get a look at them in FS15. Hopefully. Giants may still keep them more close to the chest. But either way, this one works. I'm good to go. As for making this trailer accept the bales, I can't off the top of my head remember how I did it. That is in the script. And it was quite a complicated bit of cutting and pasting and mixing and matching. But there's a section in there that basically says which bales it picks up. And the one I've altered is the normal one. I believe it points to the i3Ds in the main game itself. So if those bales are the ones it detects, it will pick them up. I've had to swap it out. I think when you find the listing, I think the very first one, is one that says is not. A lot of it is not stuff. And it mentions the in-game bales. I think it's for picking up Hestons actually. If it's not in-game ones and it's not the mini ones, then it defines it with a Heston bale and picks it up. I cut and paste that and I've put is realistic. If is realistic in there. If is realistic equals speech marks true and is not the other, then you've got a copy of the file names, just copy that line and then the small bale part at the end as well, leave that in there, and then it worked, and it's working with any of the bales I've come across so far. I've not tried it with the Quadrant 1200 yet, but it works for the bale I'm using here. I may need swapping again for that little 1200, but when the time comes we'll see. For now, I'm good. Not sure if it's maybe too big though. Can't see it being too big. But there is a twin axle on Big Boss Modding. Yeah, of course that. The Conestoga garage. Yeah. 4x4 tractor. Tractor dwarfs. I'm not sure if they're exactly scale size. Maybe. It won't be far off, I don't think, at that. Yeah. Big tractors. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Hope I've explained a couple of things and you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my wrapping bit. The cows have enjoyed the food they've got out of it. We're good to go. Right, next episode we will be doing the herbicide, because the weeds will be attacking us by then. I don't think there's any about yet, but yeah. All these fields to stick herbicide on next time. See, that field looks awfully lonely there. We might have to find out about buying it. Those two as well. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, if we can get all the fields around the farm, that'll definitely benefit us. That looks like it might be really easy to go up and down them as well, because there's no trees at that end, no trees at that end. I think we found our next field. Is it field 12? Yeah, it's field 12. How much you coming in at? Damn. Could be a while away. Right, well, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next episode. Bye for now.